Hey guys, Will's Garage here. In this video, I'm going to be installing Aerocatch hood pins on my hood right here. And I've been able to get away with not installing hood pins for a while now because the hood came with the stock mounting option. As you can see here, I'm able to screw in the latch. But what happened was this one completely broke. I'm guessing that there was a rib nut in here and it must have popped out of position. So this side is unable to latch down now. So instead of trying to fix this, I'm just going to go ahead and install Aerocatch hood pins. So these are the Aerocatch hood pins that I will be installing. Just in case you're wondering, it's model number 120-2000 above panel non-locking version. How it works is this pin goes through the latch system, and sorry, it's a little dark here, but hopefully the camera's picking up. And then when you close it, pin goes through and locks it in place. And when you open it, pop it open, releases the pin, and that's how it works. There's already a hole right here, so I'm most likely going to just use this hole. You just drill it to expand it out a little bigger to make this pin fit. This side doesn't have a pre-drilled hole, so I'm just going to drill a new hole just to match the other side right here. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into installing it. There is some plastic trim beneath here that's in the way, so I can't push the rod all the way down. So instead of drilling through the trim back here, which I'm not really comfortable with, I'm going to cut this rod to make it shorter so it can fit through. Alright, so now I have the rod through. I'm just going to put a little piece of tape right here on top of it so that when I close the hood, the tape will stick to the hood and I'll know exactly where to drill. I got my little piece of blue tape at the tip right there. Touching, hopefully it is touching. And there you go. We know exactly where to drill now. Feels kind of weird drilling through a perfectly fine hood, but here goes nothing. Perfect. I'm gonna lay down some tape. This is where I plan on placing the Aerocatch. It's really important to make sure you have this pin line up with a rod on the inside. So once you get it lined up to where you want it to be, go ahead and trace. Kind of weird because it's a little bit of an uneven surface because of how the hood curves, but it should be just fine. All right. All right, here goes nothing. I'm going to sand down the remaining corners to make it perfectly round. By the way, guys, always wear protection. Well, there's a little piece of this hood structure that's in the way. So I'm going to have to cut this piece out right here just to make room. There you go. That should do. Now we're just going to drill the holes right here. Alright, so I'm running into quite a bit of an issue here. As you can see, this pin is sitting at the lowest position possible. I'm not even using a nut. You're supposed to put a nut right here, but I'm just using a washer to get it down to the lowest position as possible. And even at the lowest position possible, it's still not low enough. At the lowest position, there is still quite a gap right here where the hood is not all the way seated down. And I've tried adjusting the hood on the upper ends right here to make it high as possible, but still this is not going to work out. You can see, in order to get the hood flush, the pin is way too high. So I've looked around and I've asked Aerocatch to see if they sell a pin that has a hole in a lower position here, but this is the only pin that they sell. And I've tried to look at other brands and I couldn't find anything that would work. So I'm just going to go ahead and ghetto rig this. I'm going to cut this here and drill another hole down here. And I think that should get it low enough. Aesthetically, it's not going to look nice, but I don't think I have any option now because I already went ahead and cut this hole. And I did some research and it appears that the better position to put this would have been here where the original latch is. That way you'd have plenty of room to adjust up and down. But hey, it's too late now. I already cut the hole, so I'm just going to double down and make it work. Alright, so I lopped the top off, drilled a hole. Doesn't look perfect, but it works. Booyah. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and drill these holes now to get the rest installed. Alright, so now that I got this side done, I'm going to move on to the driver's side. So I'm going to drill a hole in the same area, on this side here, put the pin through. so I'm finally done with the Aerocatch installation. I have to say it was a lot harder and took a lot longer than expected. Not sure the video is going to illustrate that, but it's not impossible. It's just really time consuming, cutting everything and making sure the holes are perfectly lined up with the pin, and particularly for my case, the pins not sitting low enough caused a lot of pain, but I managed to make it work. Doesn't look as pretty as it should, but it functions properly. One issue I have, which I still need to resolve, as you can see this side, the alignment is pretty good. But on this side, passenger side, I'm having kind of an issue where it's still not low enough. And it's not because of the pin, because I drilled the pin, the hole, as you saw, lower. What the issue is, this Aerocatch piece on the bottom, which I'll illustrate. This part right here is touching against this cross member piece right here. As you can see, it's kind of raised. So when the plastic hits this piece, I'm losing just like 2 millimeters or so of clearance to get the hood down lower. For some reason, I don't know why, this side is working out fine. So another option I have is to grind out some of this plastic part right here, but I'm afraid this is going to affect the functionality of Aerocatch. You guys have any ideas on how I can align this hood? Please do let me know. Just to show you guys what it looks like. Yeah, that's pretty darn off. And as you can see, I'm pushing down all the way. That's quite a gap right here from the hood to the fender. See the other side. Yeah, this side's pretty flush. There's kind of a gap right here though, but I'm okay with that. Anyways, hope you guys found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe. Oh, and by the way, I already got new tires, and I'm going to be hitting the track again one more time at Laguna Seca soon. One more time without Aero. But after this next event, I plan on putting on a wing as well as a diffuser. So stay tuned for more. Peace.